Okay. Pardon me if my voice is a bit weird today, because I've been down with flu for a few days. Okay, and last night 4 plus, out of the blue, Yang Xiang 4 plus, my brother-in-law WhatsApp me that my mother-in-law was in hospital A&E. Was like, oh my goodness. You know, Zhao Xuan, yeah, middle of the night you receive this kind of call, very scary. 4点多，哇，好像，哇，半梦半醒。Okay, anyway, I've done some of this. Okay, let's go through it quickly. Yeah. Right. So today we are going to cover it. These are the homeworks. I am the like say this is lesson 29. Today's lesson 29. Oh, very fast. So next week will be lesson 30. That's the last lesson for the year 2021. Okay, and well, we're going to start the fresh new, and then we're going to go through by today. This one finish up. So next lesson we're going to do other things. So we're going to go through the abstract, right? And yep, how else can technology advance impact in Singapore? So I believe that this is one of your homework last week I mentioned, right? I don't. Hi, Xing Chen. Maybe don't flicker the screen so much of Xing Chen. Maybe you can have a more static background, okay? Because it's not click. And Pei Kun, don't mind turn on your camera. Yes, thank you, Pei Kun. Thank you. So
the background is a still image.
Yeah, but I don't know why it's flickering. It keep flickering. So maybe you can choose one that is not so dark. Maybe. Thanks. Okay, don't worry. Okay, it's self-driving car. I told you there's a few points, right, to take note of. Hiring robotics policeman, start smart living. I think this one is very important. Please take note. Okay, and then smart street. Do you know, Yang Xiang, recently the government is giving out $100 e-voucher to buy food. You know, right, Pei Kun?
Oh, yes.
Some of you, do you know what is this for now? Okay, you can use this $100. It's an e-voucher. Okay, Haitong, maybe something new to you. This e-vouchers 100块，就是说给不是贫穷的人哦。Is as long as you, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure PR have it or not. 贝坤有吗？Your family is PR or Singaporean?
Singaporean. One of them is Singaporean.
Okay, because they go by family. This one they have to take note. This $100 voucher is for all households that are Singaporean. I'm not sure include the PR. Definitely, I don't. Okay, so 这100块就是说，当做是不是施舍？It's like giving to the citizens to have this so-called to tie through these difficult times. It's like a bonus. Like, no, 海东，你跟我做工做1年了，then 没有功劳也有苦劳那种，懂吗？ So it's to go through and say thank you so much, Singaporeans. We went through this very difficult times. Thank you for so much for appreciations, and you go for your vaccination, follow the social distancing, all these things. This $100 is given to the Singaporean citizen to buy food. Okay, you can buy, as long as you go to hawker center, if you see this logo as CDC, something like that, or I can't remember what kind of logo is that. Then 你可以用100块去买你的食物，还是你去好像星双or only NTUC FairPrice don't have You go to the certain supermarket, you can buy your yakao, your biscuit, your Maggi mee, your rice, your sugar. Very good, no? I don't. Okay, so this $100 is for giving us to appreciate. 有吗？赵璇有吗？你有懂这个吗？有啊。给赵璇你的 mic 可以 OK working Okay, so robots among us. Well, I don't think it's something new in Singapore now. They're coming up more of this. So cashless payment, yeah, that's why the e-vouchers coming in to allow, okay? And this one you have to take note of all these things, especially all this so-called system that you're going to have it. So these are the top 3 bankers. Last time used to be top 4 bankers in Singapore. So DBS, OCBC, and United Overseas Bank are the banks in Singapore, local bank. Take notes on this, okay? Okay, merging with virtual reality, it's okay, we know that. Singapore Smart City, we know that we're going to change to like eco-friendly, sustainability. Know the rooftop got this solar panel. Okay, this one you take note on that as well. So do you think the growth of MSC is more important driving force? Okay, although the MSC are important driving force, okay, this is the homework, right? I go through, okay, right, that day. So this, did we go through this? Did we go through this? Any idea, Chelsea? Xing Chen, I can't see your face. We might turn on your camera. Okay, never mind. Yang Xiang, can you just go through quickly?
May I read?
Yes, please, sir. Thank you.
Where are the although MNCs? Oh, okay. Although MNCs are important in driving globalization by providing other countries' cultures around the world, but if there's no development in transportation, there'll be no way for MNCs to go around the world. Therefore, development in transportation is more important in driving globalization.
Now, you know why I asked you to read? Because you submit the homework about this one, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I later we can discuss with you. Wait. Okay, this later can discuss with you on your homework. But why they say transportation is important? Based on right now, based on today's 21st century, we need a very solid foundations and infrastructure of transportations, because we are moving, fighting against the speed of light, the time. So the time factors is very important, that you need a good transportations. Back in 50 years ago, transportation is not so important because not the whole world are not in the full force of internet, the speed bullet train or MRT. Everyone are just started in the developments of technology. But now in today's world, technology is the forefront, the frontier of every single thing that you do. Seriously. Okay, like I went to these staycations, okay, and this hotel is very cute. You know, 你懂 room service 哦，赵璇 room service 就是有一个人来拿东西给你，对吗？他用那个 robot 来 deliver 东西，在这个 hotel 里面，这个 hotel 是在 Orchard。OK， 这有两个 robot， 一个是Yolanda and Yodonwat， 一个男一个女。所以 say room service I need 三支矿泉水，2个 towel。OK， so the fellow will put the towel and the 矿泉水 inside the robot, then the robot will take a leaf and go up to your level. Interesting, right? So this is the first time interesting, right? So at least that's save manpower. At the same time, also good. You know why not? Xing Chen, why you think that this robot going up is good? Is a good thing, Xing Chen? Yes, Xing Chen, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So why do you think the robot is a good idea to deliver the 矿泉水, the mineral waters and the towel instead of a human beings?
You don't have to pay a salary.
Okay, fair enough. All right, no job. Okay. Bei Kun, thanks. You can mute. I can hear your background some noise. Thank you, Xing Chen. Bei Kun, why do you think that this robot going up?
Maybe because they want to test out the new technology.
Yeah, at the same time, not only test out the technology of Bei Kun, you also avoid human contact because of COVID-19. Good idea, huh? It's a good idea, right? So this machine came in at the right time, and surprisingly, it was like so popular. Next time I got chance, I show you. I took the picture with the 2 robots. So this is something like I think in future they might also have this kind of room service with the robots coming in to serve the customers. That's good and bad, huh? Right? So thank you. So carry on, Yang Xiang.
In many developed economies, transportation accounts for between 6% and 12% of the GDP. Further, logistics costs and account for between 6% and 25% of the GDP. The value of all transportation assets, including infrastructures and vehicles, can easily account for half the GDP of an advanced economy.
So do you think the growth of MNC is a more important driving force? Okay, let's discuss. Okay, let me talk about it. So first of all, I find that foreign investment is important. When you do not have any foreign investment in any countries, okay, why? Okay, Haitong, why is it foreign investment important? Everyone must give me one idea, okay? Why do you think foreign investment is important in any country? Yes, Haitong.
It improves the economy of the country.
Yeah, okay, write down. It's to boost the economy of a country. Thank you. Xiaoxing, why is it important? So number one, 跟我记住哈，海东帮我写下来哈。So number one is to boost the economy of the country. Okay, so we are talking about profitability, the P, the first P, profitability. All right, Xiaoxing, what do you think? Why MNC is important?
like if there's foreign investment into this country, they will feel that like more people see the potential in this country, so they would try to come here and like so-called 保住机会, can find out how they can improve and how they can make more money.
Okay, so actually they are here to see how the performance of the country. I don't write down the performance of the country. So 值不值得我来这个国家做 investment? Okay, so for example, Haitong and Jiaoxing, for example, next time you want to send your children to a school, to a university, or to a property that you want to buy, 你要看值不值得 whether this is a good place for investment. Okay, so can you produce result? Thank you, Jiaoxing. So second point is to produce result. So MNC go to the country, can you produce result? So Haitong, do you think if I were to sell bread talk, let's say 你是 bread talk of the sea, or let's say you are anyhow talk, okay, another company 卖面包 anyhow talk, or no, talk big, okay, sell bread talk or talk big. 你会把你的面包店开在 South Africa 还是 Africa 国家吗？
Africa.
南美洲、非洲，还是你会开一间那个 talk big in 澳大利亚 Australia？
I think Australia.
Yeah, you see very straightforward 赵璇，对吧 ？Right， 赵璇有灯，为什么呢？赵璇，为什么他会开在Australia Melbourne Sydney 对吧？海东 ，instead of Africa Zimbabwe Kenya Nigeria， 为什么？赵璇？
因为那个 because like it's one of the countries where like a lot of trades. Yeah, a lot of like trades happen.
Okay.
How to say is like because a lot of people go through the countries lah.
Okay. 哎，你们这个是 recording 啊 ？OK， 你们这个是 recording 啊 ？OK 啊，大家记住啊 ，OK，get ready 啊。因为海童他不要去开，因为晚上他关掉灯，黑黑暗暗看不到人，不懂卖给谁。Chelsea look at me was like, Uncle, are you racist? When at night too dark, I switch off the light, 全部是黑人嘛，黑黑暗暗。除非 Can you all please smile, show me your teeth, then I can sell you 洋香 very bad. No, you don't laugh, right? I want to see what is your reaction. No, definitely not. I think the reason why Haitong want to choose Australia instead of Nigeria is not because they are black or racial discrimination. No, please. Okay, this is wrong. In fact, China, the country will help Africa a lot and then improving their economic status. Even a lot of African people go to China to learn Shaolin Shi, the Wukong and other things, and even learn the language. Zhao Xuan, the reason why you mentioned is that because they find it is a good place, because you know why? They have a better spending power. 对不对？ Spending power. 就是说 OK, sorry 海东，你懂 Louis Vuitton Louis Vuitton Hermes 对吗？ Chanel bag 那种，你不可能把这种 bag 卖在 Africa 的，他们连吃都吃不饱，你还是卖给他们 bag. So you must know where is your target audience and target market. So 赵璇说的对，因为他们的 spending power. So they have this called the level status. Can you write down social economical status? 就是 high income, low income, 你的 income 对吗？赵璇对不对？ So 这个 bread talk 可能这个talking big 那个面包是一种很 atas 的、很昂贵的面包，不是那种普通面包，可能它的面粉是从日本进来是进口，然后它的厨师是从澳大利亚还是意大利进口的，所以就是不一样。Okay, well done. So 3P first is productivity, right? Right, so it's profitable, and Zhao Xuan you say it's true. It's how people have this spending power, which is called what they call the purchasing. Thank you, Zhao Xuan. Purchasing power, another P. 对吗？海彤 P, the purchasing power. Thank you. Back to you, Yang Xiang. What do you think? Why multinational company want to invest a country like Singapore or in any country? What is the first thing if you are the MNC CEO, Yang Xiang? What is the first thing they look to in a country? Back to you.
I will see. I mean, I wanted to say spending power also, but you said it just now.
No problem. You can still say your spending power. I still can
Yeah.
come out another thing.
Oh, okay.
对吗？对吧？杨翔，对不对？你不可以 stop，不要这样。You can imagine next time you are going to your higher level, some of your friends say something already. You still can use your own point, but you modify a bit. Okay, don't worry 啊，你 modify， 你不要说哦糟糕哦被困讲了，海童讲了，星辰讲了，我没有东西讲，不用怕的，各花入各眼。Doesn't mean 赵璇讲的那个 spending power, purchasing power 会跟你都是一样的本。Okay, yes.
I will see the spending power of the country lah. Because as you said, if you know people like already wait, if people already got no money buy food, of course like can no money buy back lah. So like a country like Singapore, we are one of the most competitive countries yeah, and like in terms of like economy, we're also like very competitive. So that keeps us like at the top, and also like we are one of the we are one of the wealthiest countries in like Southeast Asia. So like therefore the people in the country, people in Singapore will have higher spending power. Then that's why if I'm the CEO of an MNC, I would definitely put it in Singapore lah, cause higher chance of people buying my product.
Thank you. So you see, and it's another P called the power of spending. You see another P, 哪里一样? You see the power of spending. And it's true, no? You say Singapore is a very wealthy, but I tell you, Singapore is one of the worst ill manners country. 最没有礼貌的。我不懂你赞成吗？杨香跟乔欣。Okay, like last few days I was staying in staycation in Orchard Road. You know Orchard Road now is booming because nobody going to go overseas. So the queuing system, 你要去 Ion 去哪里都要排队，对吗 ？Scanning 对不对？ Some just cut queue and then just like that, no, don't queue, and guess what? They are holding Louis Vuitton bag, educated people like Yang Xiang. Very wealthy, right? I mean, I'm so sorry to say those people who have the power in spending in Takashimaya, right, and Iron Orchard, they should be some well-level education, 对吗？杨xiang. Let's be honest 我不是狗眼看人低不是说那些auntie阿公阿嬷不可以去Orchard不是这样的意思所以如果你去这种地方高贵高级高等的地方 first class place you have to behave like first class 对吗 So 杨xiang, you're right. So the power of spending meaning that you're back to social economics. Different The purchasing power and power of spending is different Purchasing power can be lower class, middle class. Okay, I can become from a very poor middle class, but I want to have the power of spending to buy a birthday cake for my daughter. 没有错吗？我可以吗？不可能那个外面写说 only the rich people can buy my cake. That is not right, 对吗，杨xiang? Right? 在几年前，日本侵略中国的时候，只有人跟狗才可以进入这个 garden， 除非你要做一条狗，我带你进去。It's saying that to the Chinese, which is wrong, right? 对吗，杨xiang? Correct. This is called discrimination already. So you're right. The power of spending is very important comparing to purchasing of power. So when you are investing a country to see that this is a country that can have a very strong power, and you are right, Yang Xiang, we are talking about the gender equality. Okay, for example, whether should I sell more women's clothing or men's clothing? 对不对? If we check the population in this country, there are more women and their age is around 20 plus, then of course I will sell more fashionable clothing, 对吧？杨xiang对不对？很奇怪杨xiang，海童不要生气我最近去 Orchard 还是其他地方很多女孩子穿衣服穿到短短的一半，可以看到她的 belly button 我在想被困我在想要问她，你们家里很穷那个布料不够是吗？还是你的裤子为什么破一洞？请问你们是不是各位来宾是不是从丐帮来的？你懂什么是丐帮然后丐帮但他就跟我讲，海童 ，Dear, this is fashion. Cannot I cannot take it Maybe uncle 是比较保守派。I go everywhere, around your age 穿短 belly button， 不是这边裤子破，那衣服破一个洞，破那个洞Fashion Sorry Yang Xiang, you might laugh at me. It's like, uncle, please get a life. But sorry, I cannot take it. Seriously. Okay. Anyway, my daughter don't wear like that. Okay. If auntie wear like that, 我会流鼻血吐。Okay, joke aside. But that is fashion. You see, this is something the fashion they are coming in. That's where the power of purchasing is very important. Back to you, Xing Chen. Why do you think MNC is important in any country, Xing Chen? Last one will be you, Pei Kun. Xing Chen, kindly please don't waste time.
They can facilitate the transfer of technology from a more advanced country to a less advanced country.
Okay, so it's called the transfer, like which Hai Tong was mentioning in her homework. Thank you. So the transfer of technology, right? So the P will be also considered as productions. Write down productions. Okay, for example, this country might be producing the way they produce things very slow. Maybe 一天它能只能 produce, for example, 100 bottles of milk. Now with this new machine coming into the country, they can produce 1,000 bottles of milk. So the productivity level, thank you, Xing Chen. Okay, write down, Hai Tong. So later when you write down, can you just quickly type in the chat group and share with everyone? 可以吗？海东，谢谢你啊，麻烦你。OK，因为你这边就是你一个女孩子，全部男孩子，所以我们不理你了。赵轩不爽了，鸡蛋，你竟敢欺负女孩子，安哥你们你死无战胜之地。OK， so first is a productivity 知道吗？海东，what 星辰讲 is true. So because you see, some countries, the way they produce things very slow. So with the new technology transfer, suddenly their productivity increase. Good and bad, guys, listen carefully. Because when productivity increase means you cut down manpower, you're relying more on the machinery, 对吗？I don't. Because 100罐是可能人做的， very manual， 就是那个人倒那个牛奶，还是那个人车那个衣服很慢，对吗？现在有那个 machine 它做，好像 for example Toyota and 那些 car manufacturing， 以前是用人做的，现在在用 robots 来，所以是很快 productivity True, right? Thank you. Bai Kun, your turn. Last one.
Can repeat the question?
Why do you think MNC is important, and why MNC want to invest in the country?
It's like maybe they want to earn a bit more money because maybe the country has more spending power because they are a bit more richer and the social status richer.
You give me another P already. Well done. Okay, I got the P coming in. When you're talking, I was worried, no P. Any more? Your P will be, they want to perfect their economy right now. They want to make perfections. So for example, Bai Kun, you give me a good idea of Nike and Adidas. Okay? Nike and Adidas already have shoes. They make very beautiful shoes. Okay, honestly, I love, hi, Xing Chen, I can see your full face now. Thank you. I actually, Chelsea, I love Nike more than Adidas or Under Armour or other shoes. Because they always like to perfect their products, in my opinion. And the best thing on Bai Kun, you give me an idea why I'm bringing Nike is because the logo, just do it. You know what I mean? So it's very perfect. You see? So 你看，如果我是一个推销员Bai Kun, 我一定是去 join Nike. And Nike want to, okay, you see, now imagine Bai Kun, you are one of the king or emperor or prime minister of a country. 你一定会拿 Nike product. Because you, okay, for example, 你已经有那个水准了. So your country reached to a certain high level already. You want to be a perfect market, you know. Perfect market, Hai Tong, you will learn in economy later on. The perfect market 就是万无一失有听过这个叫做万无一失吗？ That means everything is very good, 对吗？万无一失。就像你看50年前你要买中国的货品please. But they are still very good product. But why a lot of people don't want to buy China product, Hai Tong and Bai Kun? It's because they don't have the perfections. They don't have the perfect people. They don't have the perfect marketing. They don't have the perfect branding. Get it? So when Nike come in, they have these perfect things. And your tie shoelace, you know how to tie shoelace? Chelsea, you know how to tie shoelace? Yes. I'm not kidding. You know, that day I bought a shoe for my younger son. My younger son asked my wife, Mommy, how to tie shoelace? I tell you, I nearly want to fall down. Can you imagine next time you go army? Sir, can I ask my mom to tie my shoelace? Sir, can I call my mom how to tie shoelace? You know, the sir will say, can you go to YouTube and see how to tie a shoelace? Okay, but now do you know what, Pei Kun? Do you know Nike no need tie shoelace really? You know, right? They perfect the shoelace by pressing a button. Oh. Yeah, you know, right? You know about this, Yang Xiang? 死了咯！我跟你讲，以后你们的孩子连 shoelace 都不会戴，死了咯，完蛋了，完蛋了。But this is how they perfect the market. Why? You know why not, Pei Kun? Because I'm the right now, I'm the pioneer, the P. Thank you, Pei Kun. I'm the pioneer. 我是万无一失的 I'm the one and only, 独一无二 I'm the pioneer who came up this design. Just like Sony, the earphone, they came out, they are the perfect by putting the sound system. That way you are wearing now your earpiece. Ah, 你看. So you see, I can come up all the P by putting it. It can be done. So when you write your answer like that, and when you do your presentation in the real world, you get it. Wow, so that's the best. No? I leave the best at the last for you, Pei Kun. Perfections. 万无一失，独一无二。所以这个国家要找 MNC 来这个国家的 show， 他要找独一无二的，对不对？他不要选那些 Tom, Dick and Harry。You know what is Tom, Dick and Harry？ 就是那种很平凡的、很 normal 那种的 brand， 是这样，是真的。So Nike come in at the right time because of their branding. You know Coca-Cola and Pepsi, right? Pei Kun, which one will you drink?
Like anyone. Like I don't really care which brand.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi very poor. Which one, Pei Kun? Sorry, my Wi-Fi was down just now. Sorry.
I don't like I don't really care about which brand I drink. Like
No. Okay, let's say now you have to make a decision that this company, both company, is going to pump in a lot of money. The 5M, they're going to pump in money, manpower, machinery, material, and management, and create employability in your country. You have to choose one.
and maybe Coca-Cola because it's like a bit like for me more familiar to me.
Yes, you finally use the word more familiar. Get it now? Because they always perfect the drinks in certain things. They perfect their advertisement. They make it familiar. Well done. So you see, a foreign operation are function of interconnectedness. You see, that's the word. You see, 我讲的这么多的 answer 在这边了，明白吗，海彤？ That's the beauty of 赵璇. If a good SS teacher and a history teacher, they have to link to real life. Agree, right? It's no point I tell you, interconnectedness, interconnect. 我也懂，我会读，我会 spell 嘛。你跟我讲这么多 I'm not blind, I can read. Correct, not But how can you use the interconnectedness into all the P effect now? Get it now, the last one is to perfect it. So that you see, this global financial flows between economy economized into this global of the world economy. So like Starbucks in your textbook, they want to perfect the coffee bean, not because they want to perfect everyone drink coffee very nice at They want to perfect in the economies that so that 一视同仁啊，从那个 farmer plant 那个 coffee bean 到喝那个咖啡啊，每个人都有那个 benefit， 每个人都可以用到那个 perfections of it。OK， 明白吗？贝坤哦 ，Well done 啊，贝坤。OK，you make it very perfect， 明白吗，海彤？海彤你写了吗？写了，然后你可以three option， 一就是等一下你 type 你 send 给 everyone， 第二个你 screenshot now send 给 Uncle Raymond，then I'll put into the Google Classroom，okay？And third one later on you put in that，okay？I want to repeat again. So you see, all this is the point here. A good public transport is important because you need to travel. Now again, this one we are talking about the 海陆空三军。Okay, the air, land, and sea. This transportation is very important. Can you write down? It's a paramount important. Write down the word paramount important. And it's also a paradigm shift that all these public transport must be at the tip-top conditions, especially, you're right. We are talking about country like Singapore, Yangxiang. We are a first-class country. We cannot afford to have a hiccup on these transportations. You know, few years ago, maybe I'm still very young, young. You know, MRT broke down a lot of times, right? Zhao Xing, right? A few times, right? Ding dong, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's really horrendous. And it create a lot of unnecessary things. And people are because of that, partly PAP lost a few votes on this. Okay, it showed the incapability and inefficiency of a country and the government. So we have to constantly to perfect it. Well done, Pei Kun. We now I think you, Pei Kun, you're this perfect already inside your brain already. Pei Kun, you know already. You see, well done. So this is the way we learn. Why? Because you see, if you don't perfect it, the development of this cannot let people. So you see, Yang Xiang, you will not want to come into Singapore at all. If there's no perfect system, then anyway, no system in any country can be perfect one. You can have a near perfect system. You say, Yang Xiang, next time you marry, you will tell your wife, I'm not a perfect husband. I want to produce performs the best, a good husband, but nobody is perfect, 对不对? Yang Xiang, if you perfect, 你做神了, you're God already. No, 真的. It's true. It's true. You know, that day got very cute. No? One of my students supposed to share screen. He share his screen. And all his folder is all the F word. Can you imagine? He opened up the folder, everyone, about 10 people looking at the folder. I say, sorry, I think everyone is looking at your very nice F and M with a K folder. Oh my God, seriously? You can see my folder? Oh no. And half of them are girls and Zhao Xuan. Can you imagine that? The folders. Say it's okay. It's okay, seriously. As long as I say you don't have your naked photo inside, maybe. All right. So let's come back to this. You see, MNC can attract more people due to the popularity. Then you see, another P, and job opportunities. So you're right. You see, if Nike and Adidas and Under Armour or Puma or all these brands, sport brands are coming to Singapore to show the popularity, there will be people willing to earn that kind of reputations and work, you see, and you have a change store. So please read out the notes. Okay, this is my own. Okay, and then the developments of transport we done already. Okay, this one. This is my so-called point form. I'm waiting for your answer. Look at this one, how I do it now. Okay, Yang Xiang, maybe you're quite new. Hello, Yang Xiang Titi. So you see, paragraph 1, Yang Xiang Titi, you're more handsome than Yang Xiang. Don't tell him. Okay. Hello. It's okay. Come, let him learn also. Now, paragraph 1. Okay, guys, listen. We are using the dear, so you have to put this. Yang Xiang, you have to put it. Yes, I agree that the growth of MNC is more important. You must always ATQ. Answer to the questions. That's very important. Then you describe the point why, which you did in your essay. Then you explain why you choose the interconnectedness for MNC. And then I give evidence why is it important. And in fact, Haitong, just now we give all the P, right? All the P effect, right? All right. So then as a result, okay, first expression. So Pei Kun, we use your P. So because of your perfections to bring in the Nike brand to this country. So what is the feeling of people? People will be very confident to buy your Nike product. I'm so sorry, you know, Pei Kun, 你懂在淘宝跟那个 Wish 还是 Lazada 还是 Shopee 有卖 Nike 的鞋。我跟你讲，我 that day 买一件track pants 是一个 Nike logo， OK， 可是那个 Nike logo 一条 track pants 才卖9.9块。然后我去大概 that day 我看那个 track pants 卖99.9块。Of course， 那个9.9块是假的，对不对？对吗？所以我洗了几次，大概 less than 10 times， 那个 Nike logo become 那个 tick become 那个 tick 不见了。Yes, seriously. So my wife say, see啦，买假货 ，you get me now? So do you honestly, Yang Xiang, do you think I will go back and go to the Lazada and buy from the company? No, right? Let's be honest. So recently I also bought one jersey called Tottenham Hotspur. You know, Liverpool logo, Manchester United logo. So 我的是 Spur logo， 那个公鸡它只是 show AIA 没有那个公鸡。哇，我气死我了。And the t-shirt cost me $10 over $20. Then I sent to him. I said, can you please please refund back my money. You know what he said, Pei Kun? No lah, you buy another piece, I give you another free piece. 神经病啊, you think what? 我小孩子啊. Maybe you give me another one without the logo. So you see, the expression is I feel very angry. I feel very frustrated. I don't trust the brand anymore. But because of your perfection, Pei Kun, people build the trust. Get it now? When people build the trust, people will continue to buy things from you. You create productivity, profitability, performance, productivity, all the P, and then become popularity. Because of your perfections. 记住那句话，独一无二. So because of that, people will come in. So more brand will come in. So Nike might bring in the brand in. You see, after World War II, Pei Kun, since we are on this topic, I heard, I may be wrong, my grandfather told me that after World War II, not many people want to buy Japanese product. You know why, right? Because after World War II, a lot of people are still very hatred of the Japanese, right? But the word is called SSD, slowly, surely, and definitely. Japanese people are very patient. Okay, and slowly they bring in Sharp brand, Hitachi, Panasonic, Sony, Aiwa, all the brand come in, all are Japanese brand. They show it that because they are perfect, but their products are not very expensive, but their qualities and their performance, 明白吗? That's the reason, surprisingly, you realize if you study history now, in fact, on the road, there are more BMW, Mercedes, Audi, which is Germany, and Ferrari, Lamborghini, which is Italy, and then Toyota, Honda, Mitsubishi, which is Japanese car, Haitong. The Axis power dominated airline power. Where is your US car? Where is your United Kingdom car? And where is your Russian car? 没有反而是那个 Axis power 的那些车比较现在 they lost their military power in the past, but they perfected in the business economy world. You see? Interesting, So next paragraph is, yes, I agree that on the other hand, transportations also have to be more important in driving force. It's the same thing, we are using the DEER effect, using this effect. Okay, Yang Xiang, please take note. I don't know what your teacher will tell you in your this SRQ, but this is my SRQ effect. Okay, it's more, I would say, step by step. It's easier for you to remember. And not only that, if you are a history students, this also applies to your history. For geography student, I'm not sure how, I've not been teaching geography for quite a long period of time, so I do not know how the exam structure is. So please know, if you think this can apply in your geography, by all means go ahead. Oh my goodness. Sorry. My boss in Indonesia sent to me, say that I'm at the hospital again with my ill auntie. Perhaps her last few photos. Oh my goodness. She flew all the way from Jakarta to another island. Okay. So, Haitong, human beings 是很 fragile 的 right? Very fragile. You know it's fragile. Okay, so expression is how citizens will feel to live, work, and have a good time. So 记住我觉得应该把 expression 放进去杨翔。好像你妈咪煮一道菜给你吃，杨翔，她一定问你好吃吗？
我忘记怎么写 expression， 我的 brain suddenly hang。
不用，OK， 就是我刚好咯。好像你妈咪煮一个炒饭给你吃，炒饭吗？很平常的炒饭 ，right？ 她问你儿子好吃吗？那你说很好吃。But 你如果你停下来你吃了一口了杨翔，然后你流眼泪，OK？Not because of no please 不要误会你流眼泪就是说 this might be the not the last meal, this might be a meal that you're going to eat, and then for the next few years you have no chance to eat. You know why not, 杨翔？ Because 你要去外国读书了然后你明白吗？那种感觉跟你每天吃那个炒饭，跟你吃那个炒饭再等多5年回来新加坡吃，那种味道不一样了，对吗？杨翔？Unless you tell me in the future they got teleport from Singapore to teleport to Grab teleport 炒饭 to UK， 那个就不同了，对吗？贝坤，你明白我意思吗？所以那个 expression 就是你 可以用这个字吗？笔墨难形容啊。Words cannot express by writing， 对不对？ So the expression itself is very good. You can write very well, sorry, because this expression 是我自己加进去的。I've been using it now, Haitong, for many years already. Okay, the first time I used I got some argument with my student and my colleagues. No need, no need. But sometimes you must do the thing that is right. Because I foresee it, you can use it in your real life example. Okay, Haitong. Okay, some of you, like first time when you see this, you might feel 很怪哈，为什么要 express？ 为什么杨夏，为什么 I feel good about having this transport? None of my business good 就 good 咯，为什么 I feel good？ So 就像一个 security 的，比如说哈，一个国家，每个人都是一视同仁 ，everyone has the same status, diversity all equal path. So I feel that I'm very safe that my wife, my daughter, my mother, my sister, my goddaughter can walk on the street of Singapore in a very peaceful, very calm, and very serene, where I'm not worried that they'll get raped or molested or killed or murdered or kidnapped. And so I feel that this country was very S3S, safe, secure, and very systematic, with enough cameras to take care of my loved one when my loved one is walking on the street. So my expression, agree on Yang Xiang? Right? It feels better, right? So when we use this example on your real life and tell people, imagine Yang Xiang, after 10 years later, one of your bro in China, hey bro, hey, how is Singapore? I heard Singapore then F up one lousy, then F up lousy, sucks CP, whatever you call it. Then Yang Xiang explain, no, it's not like that. Please, don't use all these words on my country. Okay, then you explain, 对吗? Now, if someone will tell you, Yang Xiang, let's go to New York, I tell you, you no need to see New York. 道听途说就知道 New York 是怎么样的一个国家，一个地方了，对不对？ Yeah, it's a very high expensive place, but about security, how will you express your expression? How will you feel? Will you think that you think your daughter or your wife or your girlfriend can jog on the street in New York at this time? 明白我意思吗？ So 我觉得 expressions in any essay is very important. You know, this few days was I got nothing to do. I stay in a you know, I don't like to watch MasterChef. You heard of MasterChef? I don't like to watch that. First, I watch, I cannot taste the food. I don't laugh lah. They eat Qiao Xing 他吃那个 food, 哇，很好吃. It's very nice. Hey, Bojo, give me some lah. So the way they describe, very good. 而且当时我看的时候是要吃晚饭的时候嘞。哇，那种肚子感觉饿的那种，又看到美味佳肴在 table, very sickening. So I watch the Master Chef, the same thing, no. When they eat, they describe the food, and then one of the judges cry, no. I seldom see a Master Chef judges cry. You know why she cried? This lady, the contestant was cooking 她的妈妈煮的 curry. 当那个 chef 那个 judges 吃了那个 curry 的时候，他哭啊。Then 那个老外就问那个ladies who is a Chinese, why may I know why it's so emotional to you? You know what she say? And I really cry also. I miss my mother food. It showed the taste, the fragrance that when I ate this food that time, I'm imagining in sitting in front of a reunion dinner with my family. Wow. Guess what, Pei Kun? That contestant won the first prize at that particular contest. He won the heart of the judges. And also the judges of the other two Amor, the Lawai. It's very emotional, seriously. And I also cry because I think of my grandmother food. Seriously, when my mother, 我的外公是从莆田来的， so 他煮那个莆田面呢， 在过年就是因为过年要到了，所以每年过年他就会煮一碗很大的面给我吃。That's why you see it's very emotional. So expression 杨想记住哈。So finally, paragraph 3, right? 杨想 paragraph 3 is to weigh whether MNC or transport is important, but that again is depends on how you weigh. So 记住哈 ，for goodness sake, okay, 乔欣、星辰 all of you and 贝坤 and 海彤。 If this is an 8 months, you must weigh. Agree on Qiao Xing? So Qiao Xing, can I ask you, MNC is important or transport is important?
Transport is more important, as without transport, MNCs will have like a harder time to start businesses in the country. Transport makes the movement of goods and services much easier. for the MNCs to be able to expand and progress in the country.
And also with a good communications. Transport need good communications, like the Wi-Fi, all these things, you're right. So now I ask you these questions. Your parents' love important to you, or your grandparents' love important to you, or your wife's love is important to you, or your children's love is important to you, or your brothers and sisters' love is important to you? 你不要跟我，但有一种问题啊，如果我妈妈跟我掉进河里，你会救谁？那你就问哪一条河？新加坡河多深？1.5多哪一派的新加坡河？新加坡河啦，哪里啦？几时？Very smart, the guy will answer. 我是说以后谁是以后？我都不认识以后。Okay, 乔信 who will you love most? If you have to choose one. Children, I will ask you.
Parents,
Why?
because they were ones to give birth to you, nurture you to where you are today. So like the least you can do is to 孝顺父母，报答他们, like make sure that all the efforts they put into you like don't go to waste. Being a parent, like around you give birth to around 30 years old, then you're gonna have to take care of the children for like 18 years. That's like 18 of your 18 years of your whole lifespan just gone taking care of this one human being, this one life. So being like should be able to express our gratitude to our parents. Like although the other people in your families, their love is quite important as well, but I feel that parents' love would be the most important.
Thank you for your answer. Can you write down the word is the utmost important to emphasize your point? Don't say important, it's the most utmost important. You know how to say what utmost, huh? Okay, thank you, sir. Back to you, Zhao Xuan. Who is more important? So I will ask everyone, so pay attention now. Which love is you think is more important? So you will never forget to answer this kind of question. Zhao Xuan. Yes.
What?
Which love is more important to you?
Which what?
Which type of love is more important to you?
Love.
Your parents' love, your grandparents' love, your wife love, your children's love, your grandchildren's love, your siblings' love. Which one is the most important in your entire life?
Parents.
Why?
Because they are the one who gave birth to you, and yeah, from young they're the one taking care of you. If you never experienced love from your parents, yeah, you're not, how to say, yeah.
Okay, sure. I accept your answer. Thank you. How about you, Pei Kun?
The parents.
Why? Sing Chen will be you next. Sing Chen next will be you. Yes, Pei Kun.
Because like they like spend their life like caring about you.
Thank you. Okay, fair enough. How about you, Sing Chen? Yes, Sing Chen, which love is more important to you? Please answer. Hello? Yang Xiang, which love is more important to you?
Parents' love.
Why?
Because like they'll give you, like they'll provide for you, they'll give you anything you want, not anything you want, but they'll provide for you, they'll give you things, they'll raise you up without even asking anything back in return.
Hey, it's not wrong that they will give you everything. There are people, children are 娇生惯养, over pampered. They will do their best. Even they want the moon to bring down, they will also do their best to bring the moon down. So serious. Some parents are really to dotted their children until to the extreme you. Okay, thank you, Yang Xiang. How about you, Xing Chan? Xing Chan, which love is more important to you? Xing Chan, are you there? Please turn on your camera. Are you there, please? I can't hear you, Xing Chan. Hai Tong? Okay, now I will give 5-second rule. If within 5 seconds to 6 seconds you don't answer me because whatever reasons, I will move on to the next one. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yes, Hai Tong.
Parents' love.
Why?
Because like they accompany during my childhood, and then this one can shape my personality, and then they help me to understand the world. And these values will accompany me for the whole life.
Okay, thank you. Xing Chan, you want to say anything? Okay, so you, yes, Xing Chan. So you realize that all of you give the 大同小异 the answer, more or less the same. My parents raised me up, my parents take care of me, they give me all the things. You realize, imagine I told you are the marker, right? You are more or less expected this kind of answer, correct? True. Right? Nothing wrong, You cannot mark them, feel them, right? Zhao Xuan, agree, Nothing wrong, what? You raise me up, you take care of me, which is one of my students. I came out this question, and I think some of you have heard before so many times already. He said that the biggest love is my grandparents' love. Everyone was so shocked that he gave this kind of answer. Everyone thinks that you are really hopeless because their parents are divorced. Okay, the father was in and out in prison. The mom, I think, left them. So it's the grandmother who 无微不至的，就是拿那些纸皮箱去买那个纸皮箱 to earn to EKE a living and brought him out. Okay, and the father came back home and always steal the grandmother's jewelry and gamble and things like that, and in and out in the prison. So he told me that there's no love from the parents. Even one day I grew up and I married with my wife and kids and grandchildren, I will never forget the love of my grandmother who brought me up to today's world. Even true enough, the parents who brought me up, did they really care for me? Did they really raise for me? I don't know what is love from parents. I only know that my grandmother's is the one who only loved me, and her love was being neglected by her own son. Wow. Pei Kun. Solid, this is where your expression comes in. Yang Xiang. You see, you thank God. Okay, of course your grandparents are important, doesn't mean it's not. But you see, 各花入各眼 the answer. So you see, at the end of the day, doesn't mean must be MNC is the stronger or transportation. You have, now you understand why Yang Xiang, when you write this, is your expressions of both. The expression of this one and the expression of this one. So which expression drive you the most significant, that bring the answer of it? They can score the 8/8 marks. Not many. Maths is straightforward. 1 + 1 就是2了。你不要跟我讲 1 + 1 to the power of 4，对不对，杨生？ But Welsh language itself has the power of transforming the emotional feelings. That's what I feel, okay? Now, let me share with you this one. So we go through. Okay, so you can see that this is the one. You describe your point with ATQ answer. You explain your point with the description given by the questions. So we are talking about multinational company, all right? Yang Xiang, please take note of this one because later we're going to go through your essay as well as Hai Tong one. So you give example or which is evidence. So you are a lawyer, Yang Xiang. You need to support with evidence and example to make sure that your clients are not guilty, but he's innocent. So you also have to give the feeling to the judge that why your client or the person you defend is really not guilty, and how to make the judge to feel that he's really innocent, and what kind of emotional feeling you want to play about. Okay, and then after that, what is the result that comes up from the judge itself, from the examiner himself, or from yourself itself? Like, so you see, if Singapore is safe and sound and secure, as a result, I think I should migrate to this country. I think I should be able to invest in Singapore and get my staff from United States of America to move to Singapore with his whole family, and let them to study the international school, and the wife can go marketing on a very safe surface. Get me? Then the employee from your company were willing to shift from US to Singapore base and continue to be more productive and profitable for your company. Okay, so that is what it means. Okay, okay. So this is first time you see that, huh, Yang Xiang?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, where's my file? I lost my file. Shucks. Okay, give me a minute. I'm looking for your file. Ah, I found your file. Thank you. Okay, let's Yang Xiang, can you read to the class, please?
Multinational corporations, or also known as MNCs for short, are businesses with economic activities in more than one country. As MNCs continue to grow and expand in numbers and sizes, they can also reach people from more countries. This creates economic interconnections between people and goods throughout the world. One example of an MNC is the Starbucks Coffee Company, which is the largest coffee chain in the world today, with operations spanning over 21,000 stores in 65 countries. MNCs like Starbucks can utilize the connections between national economies to operate within multiple countries. These global financial flows between economies will be a perfect example of the interconnectedness between people and goods throughout the world, and thus drive globalization of the world economy.
So where is your D? D will be the first one here, right? You described. You did, huh? Well done.
Yeah.
Where is your E? E you explain, ma? Correct now. As an MNC, you explain,
Yeah.
Okay, where is the evidence? There, Starbucks law, you realize that?
Expression, but I forget how to write already.
No. You have expressions, but
I have.
expression not good enough.
Oh.
You see? Okay, you say MNC like Starbucks can utilize this to operate within multiple countries. Well done. So this is a result. This between economy will perfect example there. Between people. So these people will feel very interconnectedness, but not strong enough your expressions. For example, because of all these as a result, people can feel interconnectedness. People will be not only cohesive, people will have a peace of mind, willing to share, get it now, to work in that country, to share the secret recipe of a Starbucks, or the management, how Starbucks is going to run the entire management. 记住你们准备是去 A level 跟 Poly 的，所以这些是已经叫概念，你 just in filling in your emptiness inside now to prepare you. Max don't tell you this. Max, your A max, your E max, your F max, your G max, whatever C max, they will just tell you the 逻辑logic Max is logic Science also logic 对吗？赵璇 right? Photosynthesis is logic digestive system is logic, right? You don't tell me digestive system is circulatory system doesn't make sense Okay, velocity and speed 就是这样的嘛，对吗？ Sine, cosine, tangent 就是 fixed. Well, this is different. This is where you say you put that as a perfect example. So since you see the word perfect, you say, and you Pei Kun, you want to sue Yang Xiang for using the word perfect, because this perfect is copyright by you. So you see, so Yang Xiang, 你已经用到 perfect 了。So as a citizen, you go to the country, how will you feel? 万无一失真的是所谓什么事半功倍事半功倍还是事倍功半每次我 confuse 这两个嘞，事半功倍是好的是好的对吗？所以我去到那边我已经事半功倍了，我不用花这么九牛二虎之力 because it's a perfect world. I feel good about it. 明白吗？杨思阳 you use it, but 你没有那个 blooming 的 effect 啊，因为你少了 as a result, people will feel oh I see， 明白意思吗？好像你教你儿子骑脚车，他很爽，他跌倒几次，他说鸡蛋这个 daddy 要直接害我跌倒，你不可能叫你儿子写 step 1 put your leg on the pedal, step 2 pedal, step 3 watch YouTube, cannot 吗？对吗？杨相 Your son have to feel the momentum of the bicycle, the gravity. This is logic. But you know when he fell down a few times, Yang Xiang, this is where, hey, son, get out, don't worry. I know he's injured. Daddy feel 100 times. You only feel 5 times and start to move already. Very good. You see, emotional already. 我有 son, hey, 我比 daddy 厉害 ，daddy 真笨，100次才跌倒，我5次而已。But it's not true. Maybe 你1次跌倒 but you give the encouragement to him, 对不对？ You see, by playing numbers, you 100 times, he's only 5 times he can cycle. So you tell me it's logic, Mike. You say 100 times my daddy fell down, I fell 5 times. But I got the encouragement. And then your wife there, come on, son, you can do it, and clap some more. This is the emotional feelings we have to bring out. And that is where I think you need to. And sorry, children, not for SS. It's also for your English essay. And not for your English essay only. Also for your compre. And also not for your compre. Especially next year you got oral. I can tell you, I don't know why. No hard feeling, Yang Xiang. Majority when you go to oral, everyone freak out, cannot talk. The worst part is that when my student told me when I was a timekeeper, you know, my student tell me, Yang Xiang, sir, Mr. Xiong, Amor. You know it's Amor, right? Now why? Then I say, why? 他有3头6臂 Huh? You got big boobs or big breasts or big head or big what? Why you scared? What funny eh? Amor cannot read already No, very scared eh. Don't know how you talk eh. Oh my goodness, Pei Kun. Seriously, no? 难道我们还是一辈子被他们欺压吗？奇怪了，对不对？Pei Kun. You get my ideas now? This is the part when, okay, better still, bring it on, man. Bring it on. I don't care your Amor as long you're not aliens or not zombie. I will give my best shot. True or not, Yang Xiang? But that's the problem. And then some people say, some of my students, hey, they from RI1 or Cat High 1? Or is it from which school one? Why you care which school? True or not? You go for interview next time, you don't care what the CEO, you want to find out the CEO, the background only, but you don't care. You have to give your best shot. So this is where you're emotional, Yang Xiang. Bring it on. All right? So you have it, but you do not have to shine. Next one, please. Now next one, you detect yourself already, Yang Xiang. Okay, let's go.
Development and transportation allow goods and humans to travel from place to place more effectively. Such developments can be in terms of quantity and duration needed. For example, the first commercial passenger aeroplane introduced in 1993 in 1913 has a capacity of only 16 passengers, while commercial aeroplanes today can easily hold more than 450 passengers and even some cargo. Another example is that the steamships in the 19th century had a maximum speed of 13 kilometers per hour, while container ships in the present day have a maximum speed of 37 to 46 kilometers per hour. As different modes of transportation continue to advance, more and more goods can be transported at one go in a shorter amount of time. This, in return, greatly increases the efficiency and reliability of transportation. With more developed transportation, businessmen can travel to various countries easily and quickly to start businesses, and goods can easily and quickly reach our customers from other countries. This is vital to economic growth and is also an important factor to globalization.
So next time when you read this part here, don't read so fast. I think it's reading for you, it's okay. You don't read like that. Another example. Yes, you must read another example, especially when you're emphasizing presentation. Another example. What did you say? You know, the example, the marker. So when you want to emphasize, well, another example is that the steamships in the 19th century, wow, that was about more than 100 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. But do you know that this is a very significant part in the transportation? It's a breakthrough. It's a paradigm shift. It's that nobody can think of today's, the steam engines of the past will bring the presence of the future technologies than what we have here. True or not? You don't thought today energies bring the past like this. I tell you, Yang Xiang, if I'm the CEO of the customer, I'll be like that. 讲完了，讲了，好了，you get me now, Yang Xiang. Even though this is only practice, you have to bring your charisma, the reading. And this is your piece of work. You must be proud of it. 明白吗? So you tell me, like 1930, 450, who care, man? So what? So 你跟我讲这个，怎么? And they say, do you know the significance of? Think about it. 16 to 450. Wow. It's a breakthrough. And now with the Airbus 380, 200 passengers. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Now you tell me, transportation, is it important? Breakthrough of times, speeds, and technology is the most important. Well, let's move on. You see? Imagine 你是 marketing director, 你讲, well, this is a hey, hello, excuse me, sir. Limpe know how to read. I also know how to read. I can see the word. But you have to bring that charisma in. You have it. And you are a shooter, no? A shooter means got patience and aim properly, take a deep breath, make sure your eye contact, true now. Right? This is bring the same attitude in your shooting, bring it into real working. If not, people say, 这个 shooter, 哎呀，挂羊头卖狗肉的，意思，不要给人家这种误会，不要明白吗？要做就做到完美 ，don't try. I don't like the word try, okay? Because try means you got the tendency of giving up. So you say you bring out. So you tell me all these things you must mean. So you can see, well, people feel there is a big change. As a result, people feel that transportation is important as we move good in the faster and the peace of mind, safe and sound, and we can track using the barcode system. So I know that my goods will land safely on the end user, and I feel good about it, and I will not feel things like loss. That is the expressions, okay? Carry on.
In my opinion, I feel that developments in transportation is a more important driving force of globalization than the growth of MNCs. I felt so because without developments in transportation, businessmen may not travel to various countries to start their businesses, and MNCs will be unable to effectively and efficiently transport their goods and make more profit. This will discourage the development and expansion of MNCs to more countries and reach lesser customers. All these can lead to lesser economic interconnections between people and goods throughout the world, which can affect globalization. Therefore, development in transportation is more important.
God give you a good voice. God give you a good pronunciations. Please read properly. Well done, you see. You must start building the habit now. And honestly, Haitong, you agree or Chelsea? Those of you are taking O-level next year. How many times in your school your teacher will allow you to practice like that? True not? Today I was selling my product in the Tzu Chi market. So this guy is a Chinese guy, Singaporean. So we were talking about it. Then we came to the American accent and the British accent. And we all agree that the British accent is different. So guys, if you're going to read like that in your oral, and if any of the teacher, Yang Xiang, excuse me, Yang Xiang, can you don't slang like more like that? If any teacher tell you that, please tell me. Okay? Really? Do you want to read like that? In my opinion, I feel that developments in transportation is a more important driving force. I cannot take it when, not this one. I cannot take it when, sorry, Haitong, just referring to anyone of you. I cannot take it when I was teaching in my school, especially my China student tell me, 老师, 我读的时候有点中国发音不准. In my opinion, I feel, then practice, read to yourself. And guess what, Haitong? That boy himself now is in the police force. And guess what? He's in RP now. Republic Poly have to read, have to present a lot, right? You know, right? Like, you know, do you know that? Republic Poly 是每天要做 presentation 的嘞，是不是每天要讲话？如果他没有讲话，就是 fail 了嘞，海通。我很讨厌他那时候跟我讲这种东西，因为他觉得他会被人家排斥啊。因为我是中国来的，我的发音不好。please, I don't like this. I'm telling all of you now, okay? Please be yourself. You need to stand. I got this San Gabriel guys. If I got chance, okay, his English the way is well. I think other Raymond's. I think he's also from China. You realize you watch CGTN, these Chinese people, the way they 咬字, a bit slang. Guys, you are competing in the real world theater. This teacher will tell you, can you stop reading like that or don't stand, please. In fact, as a teacher like us, we must encourage you. Yang Xiang, tell me from the truth, the real truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth from your bottom of your heart. When you read the last paragraph, you feel different, right? Yes?
Yeah, I tried to yeah.
Sorry, no try. You didn't try. I do my best. Don't try. You realize the difference when you read now. There is no. You have to understand, children. I'm not here to teach you oral, but when you read like that, you feel there's a chemistry and charisma. You feel good about it. You feel proud to do it. If you anyhow read, just like in the school also, I will tell my student, please read again. Uncle, no, sorry, they don't call me uncle in school. Say, Mr. Sean, 宋老师不可以嘞，这样读很怪嘞。说你要就跟我读像这样很好，不然的话你以后找工作没有人要请你。Agree 了，海东 ？Right， 说不要怕，我知道你有时读的时候有点怕，不要怕，敢高谈阔论 ，OK， 大声的 ，just read to yourself in the mirror。Okay, do you know what, Haidong? Last time I read like this, in my opinion, I feel that developments in transportation is a more important driving force of globalizations than the growth of MNC. You know, my teacher and my student, my classmate, hey Raymond, don't read like that. You sucks, all these things. Excuse me, who is reading now? Who is giving teacher tuition now? Who is giving English and oral now? When they are sorry, 我不是狗眼看人低，Haidong. Where are those people who are saying me that I cannot read well? Where are they? 你要明白吗？ Be confident lah. So when you're doing your presentation, you must show that confidence level. Okay? Like Pei Kun just now, you see you give the answer very good, right? Confidence level. That is the way I want to see. And it's true that when you read this, will be unable to effectively and efficiently transport their goods. So you have to emphasize. 明白吗? So when you do this, Yang Xiang, you're actually memorizing inside your brain already. So next time when you come to exam, 我在哪个时候有读过这样的 sentence 呢？then 你就可以把它拉进来。It's a technique, secret recipe, that when you read aloud and do with enthusiasm and entertaining and with excitement, you memorize better. I'm telling you from my point of view, I do research in my past master degree before. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't do that yourself, I tell you, 一样华文一样。你看到海通以前的人是吧？床前明月光，低头是故乡，对吗？他头一直要这样，为什么？那为什么不要讲床前明月光，低头是故乡 rap 嘛？大家好，你们大家好。为什么他们要 rap 呢？因为他要 bring， 对吗？海通？为什么那个 rapping 是会 is the gist of it 啦 ？OK？ 哎呀，你 sorry, when it comes to reading, I'm very excited to share with you all. So I hope you all don't mind. But well done, Yang Xiang. Okay. Your turn. I don't.
No.
Who's that?
Me.
Oh, I thought Yang Xiang because I didn't see on the last screen.
Oh, I don't want to do this. Okay. Transfer of knowledge is important to Singapore, which means sharing or dissemination of knowledge among countries.
You
For
must
example,
have this. Stop. You must have the transfer of knowledge is important.
No.
No, yes. Oh, yes. Let's go.
For example, G20 is a meeting held every year within 20 countries, and they will share their affairs like improvements and achievements in this year, while other countries may be able to find solutions to their difficulties. Singapore has a limited population and land area, which does not provide enough talent, space, and resources for the government to use, and to develop the country's economy, technology, and transport. Also, since Singapore has a much shorter history compared to other countries, technology here might not be as advanced as countries like the US.
Stop. I like this part here. I like the way you say that as Singapore is a much shorter history, which is true. Okay, and instead of comparing to US, you might want to compare with other countries like India and China. Seriously. Okay? Not just US. Okay, reason why, because we are talking about who invented paper. China, right? You know that? Who invented gunpowder? China, right? Yeah. Who invented calendar? India and China, right? Yeah. So you have to use this to compare the transfer of knowledge is very important, not just US. Okay, right, carry on. I got my reason. Okay, go.
With knowledge transfer, Singapore can obtain help and experience from other countries instead of aimlessly finding ways for development slowly.
Don't use the word blindlessly now. Sorry to interrupt you for your reading. Do not use blindlessly. Use aimlessly. Why? Because blindlessly means you follow people blindly without knowing what is your P effect, what is your productive, your product performance. Whereas you use aimlessly, you know that your country and your company and yourself need to do something. Now, Haitong, if you say I follow the person blindly, which is no good. Okay, you have followed things to the 掉进那个坑里. So you are feeling aimlessly, but you know there is a direction, Haitong, but you don't know which direction to go to. Until 你找到一个高人指点你那个迷津，说你要怎么走，你要怎么做。Blindly is not a good thing. 所谓瞎子摸象是不好的，对吗？所谓雁者三公，那个就是那个姜太公钓鱼。Okay, because this guy was aimlessly donor until you find the 姜太公, he 指点迷津, so he bring out the essence of it. Sorry, this also help you in your English if you are writing essay. Do not use blindlessly. Okay, most of us as a marker teacher don't like to use, but you see, Haitong, because you wrote this here, you make the mistake here, you make something this kind of word. So now you know already, 对吗, Haitong? So you will not do this word anymore, 对不对? So next time when you see a comprehension passage blindlessly, means that person is without direction, without any goal and objective. That is easier to understand. So you can compare. This is where your literature comes in. Let's go. Continue. With the development.
With the development, it makes Singaporeans feel proud of Singapore and contribute more to it through hard work. It also helps Singapore to prove its ability internationally, so that there will be more cooperations with other countries, which further improves its strength. Hence, transfer of knowledge is important to Singapore in terms of its development.
Well done. So guys, you have to hand in homework. Bei Kun, Sao Xians, okay, Jiao Xing have been handing homework, okay, and Xing Chen, please, you have to start handing homework, all of you, so that I can correct your some of the issue. So you see, Haitong, if you want to use blindless, blind, that means Singapore will not feel proud, right? Juna, if because of aimlessly, you want to find your goal and objective. So when you found it, then you feel proud. But if you are blindlessly following, okay, that means you don't have your own goal and objective. You don't have your directions. 明白哦？明白吗？Haitong? Okay? So what about other points? It didn't elaborate and give an example. So it's okay. I'm just giving as like that. So if you want to add more, by all means. Okay? So Yang Xiang.
Yes.
Okay, you see this one? Have you seen this before?
I think I saw it last week.
Last week, so now you know. So from now on, next time I may test you next week also. Please take note. If I ask you what is NRIC, you all have to tell me all this. Don't use a book. So NRIC stands for what? Okay? That's issue 1. Take note of all this. Okay, the 3R identity. Then this one here, the floats, that is issue 2. Okay, take note, Bei Kun. Then this is the one when with school reopen, you guys going to do issue 8 to 11. Okay. Workers, overseas research, and leaders and defense. So defense will be the chapter 11 about cyber security. Okay, somewhere we are already here already in the first W here, and we're going to move on to O. Okay, so this one you know. So if you are free, maybe you can put in all these things inside here to see how is there any interconnections. So this is my own example. So issue 2 and 3 overlap to this one. Okay, issue 1 actually this religion, some of my students say should be 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you can move your, so for me, I would think 1 and 2 is referring to religion. So government is these 2, but also people say government and religion can also be here. So, okay. So you can come out your own matrix and put it inside. So easier for you to study lah. Okay. So now how you're going to do it for SPQ, I will remind this again and again. So for 5 marks questions, spend 10 minutes. For 6 mark questions, spend 12 minutes. So by looking at this kind of statistics and requirements to answer certain questions here, you have more than enough time. So the hours is 1 hour and 45 minutes. So by spending this kind of amount, you see, you actually spend 100 minutes for all questions, and you still got 5 minutes for checking. So it's more than enough time. So just remember, 5 minutes, you spend 10 minutes, the most. Don't spend too much time writing it. Then you got no time to do other questions. So the more marks, you have to spend more times on doing it. The less mark itself, don't spend too much time on it, okay? Okay, this is another example. So let's, Pei Kun, can you read to the class, please? How to use the deer to do SEQ? So this also can, for history student, okay, I think Xing Chen already, yeah? So Xing Chen, okay, we can do this. Let's go. Pei Kun? Yes, I agree that.
Yes, I agree that having capable and morally upright leaders is an important factor in sustaining Singapore's competency. As Singapore needs leaders who are talented and diligent, they must also have an honest character so that they will not be corrupted. Most importantly, they must have the moral courage to make the best decisions for the country, even if such decisions may not be popular among the citizens. For instance, the senior members of the parliament are willingly to take a larger pay cut during the economic crisis. Apparently, the leaders are able to take the initiative to take a larger pay cut than most people in the effort to help Singapore right out of the recession. Thus, our leaders serve as a role model when they lead by good examples and earn the respect and confidence of the people. Therefore, the good leader will be able to foresee problems hindering economic growth, and by working together, the country can prosper and progress as a nation. Hence, having capable and morally upright leaders are very important in maintaining Singapore's economic competency.
This one, thank you, Pei Kun. The one you just read is actually the old syllabus of social study about LARA. Leadership is key, anticipate change and stay relevant. Rewards for work, work for reward means meritocracy. A stake for all and opportunity for everyone that shows the leaderships. If you turn to your textbook, you'll see the LARA under Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. I think the issue 1 or page, the first few pages, you will see these questions, okay? So I think it came out one of the years. I don't think it may came out next year. I don't think so. But I'm just giving you this example to show how to use the DERL to describe this kind of factors. Okay, you realize the 5 marks and 10 marks. This is an old syllabus of social study. But it also can apply and imply and supply into your new SS format. Okay? No more. So I leave it to you. Whether you want to use it or not, okay, I don't force you, but I want to show you here this one. Okay, this is the format, guys. So if you really need it, okay, you can ask from Uncle Raymond. I can send you this PDF format. 可以看到吗？杨香、贝坤、赵璇 and 乔欣. All right, you can use this. Okay, example. So you can have questions yourself. So in future, you can print 10 copies. You have a printer at home, print 10 copies. Then you just put your questions here. Then you start with ATQ. Excuse me. The magic word is the hence, thus, and therefore. Okay, so you describe the factors, then explain. So I already 跟你分门别类好好的. So the DEE is the first, this part here. Then the second paragraph is this part here. Okay. So if you need to, please come and get it for me and say, Uncle Raymond, I need the dear format. Then I will send it to you. If not, I may put inside this Google Classroom, but depends. Okay. So next one, this one is very important. Please go and take a look at this one here. This one was last year. Okay, very important. If you have, you can type this. This is where you can give you some idea how the government spend money, $106 billion to help Singaporeans. And one of the topic, of course, stabilize and support. Okay, it's like diversity. Okay, is it too small? You see, COVID-19. I won't be surprised they might come out something like that. Okay, aging population, you see? Oh, technology disruption, 对吗? Skill future. So take note of all this. Hello, Bacon Mei Mei. 你好. It's okay. Ask her to stand beside you and learn. It's okay. It's good. Hey, don't worry. Just stay, okay? You can download this in the Google Classroom. No, in the Google. Then you just type Singapore budgets 2020. So in fact, last year we have a few of these. You see, helping sector. Okay, point-to-point sectors. Teach them how to use digital. Suma, right? Supporting workers. Hey, read this. You might come out in your SPQ question, something like that. What is a job scheme? What is wage credit scheme? What is adapt and grow? Okay, Uncle was there before in this one here. When I was being retrenched at Chelsea, 我没有工作的时候，政府给我一个工作，还给我金钱，还给我钱呢，不错哦，还给我去读书了。最近我刚刚 complete 一个 F&B， 每个月还有1000多块钱拿，不错哦，真的，你跟我讲哪一个世界的国家政府有这样？还有这个我的 brother-in-law， 他们买 machine 好像买一个 photocopier， 买 laptop， 买 notebook， 买 printing machines， 你看，说一个 machine for example， 洋像100千100K they only pay maybe 20,000， the other 80,000 the government pay. We are talking about big machines. We're not talking about your printer, your brother's printer, print your homework, that kind of printer, $200 one. This one is $100 over $1,000. Okay. Now you see, remember just now we talked about chapter 8, right? MNC and SME. You see? Yeah. This is called a paradigm shift. Allow people to go overseas to sell your, because so your products want to sell overseas. So they help you by marketing it. Okay. Let's this one, take note of skill future. Remember the $500. And you remember the age is 25 years and above. If your brother and sister is below 25, you won't get it. But anyway, if your brother and sister are Singaporeans, once they hit after their birthday of 25 years old, they will get this $500. You'll learn some skill. This is non-transferable. Okay, so the $500 to you, Pei Kun, is yours. Use yours. You can transfer to your Mei or Titi or Koko. So take note of this one here. It's a very short one. You just need to read a bit here and there. A lot, seriously. I sometimes also forgot about. Then CPF. 海通老师没有show给你这些哦，有吗？乔欣，你may come out no in one of SBQ 哦，赵璇不见了，赵璇。You realize the pictures all different race 哦，你有看到吗？哦，印度、马来人、华人 ，you see? This one is very important. Get cash rebate, passion card， 记住这个 passion card 啊。passion card 就是说你去 NTUC、FairPrice、Sheng-Siong、Giant。你买的时候，它有 cash rebate， 就是说你用那 passion 那个钱放在里面，然后过了一阵子有好像5、6块，你可以扣从那个 passion card 扣5、6块钱 ，something like that, okay? I used to do that, okay? And this is see, then this one I told you right, the $100. This one it depends if you want 1 room and 2 room, but now they give everyone who are Singaporean. You see now Chinese already. Just now was Indian. Now Malay, you see? Take note of this GST voucher also. I think one of the question came out in the SBQ. Okay, GST 就是说，因为有 GST 嘛 so they refund to give back. So sometimes you buy certain things got GST. So now the government just want to pay back to you and give back to you on this. Okay? 这个就是那个水电费3.5 months. Okay, considerably free. 好像那个水电费utility bills. Then preschool. So you see that because nobody want to give birth, right? 对吗？每个人都是哇很贵嘛，生孩子。你说 now never mind, never mind. Government give you all this then IT also have, you see, $200, $900. It's usually to your EduSave. Write down for your EduSave account. And then housing grant. This one take note. So girl and boy. So next time when you're married already, you want to stay near to your parents' house. This is the one. They got this grant. Take note. Okay, 备困。So your wife say 我要住在你妈咪爹爹家，我要住靠近我妈咪爹爹家，他也是可以拿那个回扣grant。A lot all this is a lot, no? And then your daddy mommy retire already. Now see, you realize it's issue 1 and 2 more on the internal. Then, for example, silver housing. For example, your parents are aging already, or some parents are aging. 他没有钱还他的屋子供那个 installments. They can use this money and this back and buy back. You know you have to pay your housing loan, right? This one is very important. I also have this card. This CHARS card, take note of CHARS 海东，就是你看医生有折扣。你都看医生不是有 consultation fee 咯，对吗？多数是18块5毛，所以这个政府就帮你还了。所以比如说 consultation fee 是20块，药是30块，对吗？总共50块，你可能只还5块钱还是10块钱。所以这个 CHARS 有 blue、orange 跟 green 3种颜色 ，if I'm not wrong. So I got the blue one. Blue one is the most heavily subsidized. Okay, that's called the CHARS card. So this one is to support the aging. Remember, then all the fund. Now thanks to Medi Fund, Comcare Fund, these are all to 那些老人院、孤儿院还是那种自闭症的儿童学生Pathlight whatever. We help them. Thanks to your parents who contribute the taxes and this money, the GST money, the COE money, 有 buy car, 用车证这些钱全部都是放进这边。Then GST will not increase in 2001. Okay, this is but next year. So you see, then preparing for climate change. You see, last year they already talked about climate change. I won't be surprised this year or next year there will be more emphasis in your essay writing or composition, comprehensions, or even in your social study. Okay, so you see, actually Eco Fund they already started already 5 billion there. 不是500,000 is 5 billion there. Billion now. Okay, and if you can get ready to, if you are going for EAE, do something about sustainability. They might sometimes ask you these kind of questions. Okay. So first you take note about this one. This is the ASEAN country. I want to close it for today. Okay, so you realize Zhao Xuan, can you read to the class? I'm using ABC. You realize I'm using A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Go.
Globalization is about ability to broaden your country in many defined territories to exchange for goods and services in a formulated manner through government involvement in a holistic manner.
Okay, thank you. So you realize I use A to H. Okay, next one. Carry on, Zhao Xuan.
Then, what is or are the impacts of globalization in your country or to the world? Ideally, it will be beneficial to all countries in one way or another. as it depends on how government implementing the foreign policies to show advantages or disadvantages. To impose tariffs, taxes, and trespasses. Okay?
Yeah, correct. Tariff and trade taxes 就是 tax 啦 FTA, Free Trade Agreement. Must take note, Trespasses. Remember, our Donald Trump want to build a wall with Mexico. That's the one. Okay, take note of this treaty. Carry on. Last part.
How can globalization help the world in 2020 and beyond? Just to show how it works, will depend on how government, MNCs, and SMEs are going to using the 5T to help to keep abreast of the political, economical, and social platforms.
Take note of these three. They always have to come up in your history and your SSSN. Thank you. So what is globalization and what it means by driving force? It's all the interconnected, internetworking, inter-exchange or change or intertwine and international. You realize I use all the I effect. Next, developments in transportations is to improve. Remember just now, Yang Xiang was mentioning about how many 16 to 400s and things like that increase the vessel. So thus you will help to move, is it at a faster rates, encouraging more people to travel. Of course, we are not talking about now of the COVID-19 situations. Okay, you all can hear me. Thus, people activities are more increasing the links, interdependence. Why? Because of growth of MNC. We are talking about all these companies are growing at a very booming rate. Not only in Asia, Southeast Asia, or Middle East Asia, or whichever Asias, but in other countries like Africa, South America, Central America, okay? Take note of this word, bilateral suppliers and consumer relationship. We are talking about Singapore and Malaysia. You realize Singapore need Malaysia to open up, to bring in the vegetables, the workers, all the food supply. If not, Singapore die. 没有肉，没有鱼，没有菜吃啊。You realize I use the word ultimately this establish supply chain and create local markets, and hence this lead to interdependence relationship. So the Malaysian people want to come here to work because of the exchange rate very high. Advance in technology. You know that this is the increase of the booming of the internet and the social media to help. It's a new platform for communications, and it's also a way to buy things online, right? Which is also part of social study. Why? Because buying online will create profitability like Lazada and Shopee. Okay, one of my students, the father was being headhunted by Shopee. He was used to work in the F&B, and because he was headhunted to join Shopee. So you see, that's one way of transfer of knowledge and skills. Okay, back to you, Qiao Xing.
Keep in mind, globalization is here to stay for a very long time. So either you live with it or live out from it. Manage your 5 T's well, and you will be able to get new things in your life. Open up your eyes to look forward for new ventures. Positioning your stand well in a global economy is very important to quickly respond to survival.
That's where Singapore is always anticipating and participating. That is why Singapore encouraged Dyson, Tesla, or all the company or N groups to come in to make sure that Singapore is a financial hub, economical hub, health hub, education hub. Why? Thank you so much. Back to you, Xing Chan. Xing Chan, can you please read? Hello, Xing Chan.
Taking a small step at a time is usually very hard for a small country like Singapore to show virtue to all her citizens and foreign counterparts. As Singapore has to make wise decisions and must create the X factors for herself to suit different environment. Singapore has to yield and zoom up the economy every year if possible.
对咯，如果没有 zoom out 怎么办？没有那个 X factor， 没有那个 special ingredient to show that Singapore is a good place to invest. Nobody the hell want to come to Singapore. Okay. So this one you can read out roughly what is the mean by E and E. Okay, this one, okay. Next one we'll talk about more of this one. Okay, let's see how it goes. All right, so